So here I have a piece of paper on the floor now. Then I have a starting point here. You can see that I've rolled a line, okay? So on this line that I've rolled now, that your 21.5, you divide it by 2. So that'll give me like 10 3/4. So let's assume that my 10 3/4 ODB by. So that's from here to this point, okay? So I've drawn a line there. So that line you are drawing up should be 1 inch. 1 inch is okay. 1 inch is perfect. That's your stand collar. So what I'm doing for you now is a 2-piece collar. That is, you have the stand and you have the one that is folding. So on this line now, on this line, you are coming up by 1/2 inch, not 1 inch, sorry. On this line that I've rolled here, you're coming up by 1/2 inch. So this 1/2 inch now, from this end here, you measure your neck width. I don't know what you used for your neck width, but let me assume you use 3 inches. So you are going to measure 3 inches from this point in, okay? So what it means is that from here, from my starting point here, this is going to be on fold. Okay, this point is going to be on fold. So from this, my starting point, I measured from there to this point. That, let's assume you use 3.5. But if you are using 3 inches, let's assume you are using 3 inches. If you use 2.75, that's what you are going to measure to this point. Okay, so then I have what is left here. So this is my 1/2 inch. Please ignore this dot. So from this point here, I'm going to draw a line from here to meet this point. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do now. So now I've drawn that line, okay? So now we have something that looks like this. So on this line now, watch, I'm going to move it. I'm going to move that place closer to you because I want you to see it. So from this line here, you are going to mark 1 inch up. When you are using that 1 inch up, please use a ruler that has a line that you can follow. A ruler that has a line that you can follow, the line, because that 1 inch will be slanted. It must be on this line. So you mark 1 inch up like this. So you can see my slanted line now. You can see that it's not standing on this line again. It's following this line now to go slanty. All right. So I'll need 1 inch from this point up. So when I have 1 inch up, I'll come to this other end too. I will mark 1 inch up. I will mark for 1 inch at this point too. So all through the lines here, I'm going to keep marking 1 inch like this. So this is my line. I will follow as the line is bent. Okay, I'm going to mark 1 inch till I get to the end here again. Okay, so I'm going to connect it. So once I connect, I'm going to have what looks like this. I'll have what looks like this. Can you see it? So that's my stand collar. Now for this edge here, you come in by 1 inch, okay? 1 inch on this end, and you curve it out. You can use your curved ruler to curve it. Then that brings us to the end of stand collar, okay? So now to the main collar that will now fold over. From this point here, where this one go down, you come up by 1 inch. As in, from this folded end, in Bibayi, you come up by 1 inch. This is the 1 inch here. So this 1 inch now, you roll it back to meet this point. From this 1 inch, you come to meet this one. So I'll take my ruler again, and I'll connect. So you have a line that looks like this. Now you can see from here I came up by 1 inch and I connected it back to meet here. So now I will take my ruler again and place this one on this slant line. Slant jade by. Are you getting it like that? It will slant out, then you draw a line. Your line will go up. It depends on how many inches. You can use maybe 2.5. Let's use 2.5 inches here. At this end here, you will measure 1.5 inch. This place must not be more than 1.5. Here can be between 2.5. It can even be 3. It depends on how high you want your collar. But here, 1.5 is perfect. So you connect the line. My sister, at the party collar, this is what your collar looks like. Maybe because of my picture now, here is slanty out. Okay, so this place now is not limited to this shape. You can decide to draw it out like this. You can decide to go more out, then this one to connect to me, this one. Are you getting me? Anyhow you want the shape, you can decide. If you want it to be curved, you curve your shape like this. You curve it out like that. So now it depends on you. So what you are going to do now is we are going to cut now. So now we are going to cut. Sorry, I had already cut the first one. What I did is I cut out this first line. I want to cut the stand collar. So I'm going to cut this one off. So I'm following these bends. Can you see it like that? I'm following that one out. Then I'll cut out this shape too. Like this. Okay. So at the end of the day, I will have something that looks like this. Let me bring it up so that you can see it clearly. Can you see it? So I have something that looks like this. That is my stand collar. Alright. So now I'll cut the next one. So this next one, I'm cutting off this 1 inch height that we went with here. I'm cutting it off like this. Okay, it depends on the shape of collar you are going with, but let me just go with this one. Okay, then you come like that and cut this one too off. Okay, so at the end of the day, we are left with this one. This is our stand collar and the main collar. Both are on fold. Look at it. This one is on fold. Okay, so that's what we have. So let me bring it closer to you now so that you can see it better. Can you see it? So this is, so at this edge here, you have your 10 3/4 for your neck. So when you are cutting on fabric, the only thing you need to do is you had your sewing allowance at this edge here, like that, this way, like that. Okay, so you have your sewing allowance this way, like that, and then you had your sewing allowance here too, here, and the upper part too there. Do you get? All right, so that's what it looks like. That is just all. That's it.